All right, here we go. Another episode. We're covering theology today. And I believe it's called, what is it? The Buddhist Mandala. You ready?
Giddy up.
All right, let's check this out. Knock that out.
Tibetan medicine and healing has always been crucial to the Buddhist path. So creating a medicine mandala is one way of healing the community, but also healing the environment. The word mandala is actually a Sanskrit term, meaning container of essence. It is that sacred circle embodying some sacred essence within. Originally, they would have used powdered stones, powdered gems, things like lapis, malachite, and so on. Today, they use crushed marble made into sand. Now, the colors are very important because they symbolize different attributes of the deities.
Oh, wow. All right, let's chat about that real quick. Let's see here. I saw just a ton of precision going on. Not to mention just the way they're sitting. If I sat like that for a period of time, that would hurt my back so bad.
You see, there's something must be meditative about that, the sitting as well as the act of creating the mandala. I mean, my back would kill me too.
As a Westerner, I think the way I use my body is pretty terrible. I think in the East they know how to they just use their bodies so differently. My hips would be killing me. My back would be killing me if I had to do that. Could you imagine you had to pay attention that much? And oh man,
that's another thing. You bring up a good point. The attention, the sheer attention that has to be paid to the precise movements, as you pointed out earlier.
Look at
just
that,
phenomenal.
Look at that.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I do believe at the end they just wash it away or brush it away. Let's find out.
Let's find out.
That's something.
They symbolize different attributes of the deities. But in this particular one that we have here, it is all about...
Wow, that is all done by hand, like how we saw it?
It is.
Just out of that almost like a paste that they're doing or something.
Yeah. Isn't that... I just think that's absolutely amazing. I mean, the patterns are so intricate.
The medicine Buddha and
symmetrical.
And what they create
Look at that.
is a heavenly palace all around him.
Wow. I guess if you're a monk, you got to do something all day, you know?
Right.
Most of the monks have been in monasteries since the age of about 7. They would have learnt the actual art of painting a mandala in the first instance.
Wow.
But to actually make sand mandala takes about 5 years to train.
Wow.
Because it's a very precise art, tapping the sand out of these coppers.
Look at the work he's doing, the manual sort of I don't know what he's doing. But that also, your wrist and hand is moving, right?
That's right. He's tapping the sand into place, as she said, which making sure it falls in the right place and in the right order, I guess, is just 5 years of training. Yeah.
Yeah. It almost a little bit looks like when you have a cake and you put the icing on top. That's kind of what it reminds me of a little bit.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Not to degrade their work, but
geometric.
No, not at all. But you're right. It's kind of what it looks like to me too.
The prayers that the monks perform are to do with invoking the presence of the medicine Buddha and inviting the healing power to enter the center of the mandala.
Wow.
And then throughout, when they're actually creating the mandala, they are meditating on that same thought.
Oh, wow. There's almost this thing that I do. I can kind of relate to this. I wake up sort of anxious in the morning and I grab my phone immediately and I'm already I don't give myself this kind of reset that they do. And I have the ability to do it. Because sometimes I have in the past, I've been more into it. I'll listen to music. I'll sit for longer. I'll clear my mind. And I feel a lot better when I do that. But this past month or so, I just really got back in this whole, as soon as my eyes open, I'm immediately inundating myself with visuals and you know.
You know what? I feel you because now that you mentioned it, I've done the same thing where I'll pick up my phone and first thing in the morning. And I'm already looking at trading charts and currency charts and stuff. I don't need to do that right away. Whereas in the past, I used to take 20 minutes to meditate. I'd wake up, I'd maybe get water. I'd go back, sit back down. I'd meditate for 20 minutes.
Yep.
And I felt my day was so much more centered when I do that. But I've gotten into this bad habit lately of picking up my phone straight away, and right away I'm clicking buttons, and it's not good. Yeah, and I'm already in that anxious kind of state.
Yeah. So you know
Yeah.
exactly what I'm talking about then. That's exactly
for
how I
sure.
feel.
For sure.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel good.
No, it's not. Like I go with it, and I it's not like it's sustained anxiety throughout the day necessarily, but
Yeah.
it starts the day off on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
Whereas I found it so much calmer when I meditated. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's something I have to break, and I know what it is. I have to kind of like schedule the morning, like honor that 20 minutes, because once my son's up, and it's just like I'm performing, the world's performing, I'm in it.
You're in, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're locked in.
And I feel inside that I need to like take a couple deep breaths. And when people say meditate, I don't mean like some profound thing. It's just like, I just want to sit for 5 minutes and like not allow my mind to be filled with all these thoughts, and just keep it clear and hydrate. And I'm not doing that. And I need to get back to it.
And that's all that I think, in its simplistic sort of way, I think that's all the meditation is it is that 5 minutes. It's that I'm in the moment now.
Yeah.
And that's all there is now, for however long you can sustain that. And I think it's beautiful if you can do that.
Yeah.
Even if it is only 5 minutes. But you're right, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. It can all make a difference, because the days I don't, I can tell.
Yeah, I'll have to. I'd like to get back into that. I have to give myself that respect, and bring it back.
Yeah. Great way to put it.
You
Give
know?
yourself the respect. I like that.
This form of Buddhism
This is just
is
magnificent.
about developing your mind's potential, or a way of transforming the mind. So the person who is using this in meditation would imagine themselves as the medicine Buddha in the center, and they would try and break down the barriers of their normal deluded life into
Interesting.
the pure enlightened mind of the Buddha.
Interesting.
A very important
Okay,
Buddhist belief
healing.
is the impermanence. They don't believe
It just looks amazing. Look at it.
Oh, it does. I mean,
Look
very
at it. The symmetry of it, right?
yeah, the symmetry.
Wow.
It's gorgeous. I'm very moved by these sorts of things.
Wow.
It's
It
just unbelievable.
something I could share that's kind of that I think relates, at least for me personally, is when I draw, right? Like you've seen some of my artwork, and
I have.
it's very similar to this. I can say in a way, it's like I don't believe myself as a really good drawer, but if I draw on a piece of paper with a pen or something, or a pencil, if I don't think and I just sketch, things will pop out to me very quickly. And I have no idea of what it's going to look like before I start. And it happens because I kind of get in that same mode where I'm just focused on like the actual shapes and directions and colors. And I don't know, if I work on it for an hour, it'll be like a really dense, complex thing. Not beautiful. I mean, that's way different, but it feels very similar because I'm in a very flow state where I have no expectations of what I'm drawing, you know?
I like that. Flow state. Yeah. They say that's one of the ideal states of mind we all seek at various points.
Yeah.
You're able to do that through your art. I think you're a good drawer. If
Thank
I
you.
say so myself.
Well, I can do digital art, and I also do like real drawing, and I'll scan the drawings, bring them in the computer, and then I can layer on top digital on top of that. And a lot of the characters, you were nice enough to read my book I wrote, they were I didn't know what I was making. I would just find the characters I would draw, and then eventually I'm like, well, I'll name that person this, or I'll name that person that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it came out more organically than in the beginning.
Inside the creative process. Right?
Yeah.
In the beginning. Yeah, that's interesting.
So like I think there is a tremendous beauty in dedicating an hour or two to a craft and synchronizing your mind and body and intentions to it. I think that's what they're doing. So
I think so.
now in the end, I think they actually like destroy it, right? They remove it.
Yes, from what I understand, it's wiped away. It's the
this
impermanence of
form
all
of Buddha,
things.
the destruction.
Oh, here we go.
Nothingness.
Right on cue.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
All right. So that's great that you would have that many people look at it, right? Because it should be seen. It's so beautiful, you know?
I know,
The
right?
end.
Right.
It's just a passing phase. It's up
Wow. This is where it gets like kind of pretty deep and like pretty cool. You know what I
the
mean?
barriers of their normal deluded life into the pure enlightened mind.
Wow.
A very important Buddhist belief is the impermanence. They don't believe that death is the end.
Wow.
It's just a passing phase. It's our essence that carries on. But also that you shouldn't be attached to anything. So the idea of the destruction of the sand mandala is really putting it to bed, if you like.
Wow.
We return to the elements, so too is the sand mandala returned.
Wow.
That's amazing. And it's gone.
It's
like that.
I can relate with that so much lately. I can.
Yeah. It's just
because
that's amazing.
Because nothing lasts forever. You know?
Right.
And
right.
I really feel it now too, because like some of the possessions I have, which are just like my wardrobe, my clothing, my different trinkets, or like a television or something, like I've realized more than ever that I'm like, well, no one will care. Like if I'm not here, these things won't hold as much value with someone else. Like, you know, they have estate sales and people walk up in someone's house and just basically buy their stuff.
Pointing, I'll take that table. I'll take that couch. Yeah.
And that could have been a person's table for like 20 years where they, you know, put their favorite books on and their favorite meals on.
It's like if the walls could speak. I think I'm somewhat attached to things I brought from Russia overseas and stuff, and when I lived in Japan and Korea for a while, and yet they're just, to someone else, they're just things. And in the end, to me, like, oh, there's this experience. I picked something up. Oh yeah, I did this. I did that.
Yeah.
But when I'm long gone, and I talk about this at work sometimes too, even joke about the heat death of the universe. It's just like, well, when that happens, yeah, you're right. Someone's gonna walk through and be like, oh, it's just another flag or another book or another. Look at this guy's crazy scrawlings.
It's just a mere passing thought and a throwaway comment that maybe the other person you said it to actually cared and commented on also. You know? That's a really like
It's deep, man.
I want to look at it not as dark. I want to look at it as like you got to like put in, you got to be connected, you got to create.
You're right.
You know?
It's a beautiful thing because you get to see, like, if I said something or wrote something at someone else, anyone else, even me, myself, got meaning out of, that matters in that moment it happened. And that's a glorious thing. It doesn't have to matter after that.
Yeah.
It mattered when it did. Yeah.
The last kind of thing I can add that I think is interesting. I watched a show, Lex Friedman's podcast. He was talking to a Roman scholar, and
interesting.
In their society, they knew who their greats, like their family tree. They knew it.
That's right.
Hundreds and hundreds of years back. They had their death masks in their home. So they had the mask that was made of the dead person. The kids would put it on and they would be like, I am so-and-so, my great who did this and that. Do you know who your grandpop was 5 grandpops ago on your mother's side?
Not
grandfathers, grandmoms. Do you know 6 people ago? We don't even know.
Say no.
Go 4 people back and it gets real hazy. I don't know about going forward with all the social media, because it wouldn't, because you'd have a whole database of it all.
Good point.
You know? Weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, to just think that like you could see your grandpop posting pictures about the food he ate on a Sunday, you know what I mean? Like, like there's really random stuff that people put on Facebook.
Almost like there's a French saying, I don't know it in French, but the more things change, the more they stay the same. It's almost like with social media, we're somewhat able to do what the ancient Romans did. They had to do it through oral tradition and writing and the death masks and such. We have images, pictures, digital records for as long as the platforms exist.
The longest time we had portraits. You had to get a great artist to paint you, and you had to sit very still. And that went on for a very long time. Just recently, we've gotten photos, and photos look kind of terrible in the 80s. They looked a little now we're getting like high definition. And I don't know. It's interesting. I guess I'm just saying, like, what has value? I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question.
That's why if you let it go, right, you just...
Yeah, I think that maybe that's the lesson we all have to learn, myself included.
Yeah, yeah. So I'd like to give myself that respect to breathe in the morning for 5 minutes, because I'm not doing that, and you should too.
I should too. Very much going to join you on that journey. I think that's worth it.
If I do it 3 out of the 7 days a week, that's better than 0.
I agree.
You know?
Move that needle, baby.
All right, that was actually pretty cool. I really liked that that episode. And with that, we are out.